weird because I never thought that I would do a YouTube channel. It's something I ever aspired to do, and especially in the makeup space with my lipsticks. And my mom and I, my mom likes to watch a lot of the YouTubers that do lipstick, or not lipstick, but just makeup, and it's never been my thing. And then little by little, people would start telling me, you should be on YouTube. Obviously, it's one of the most important platforms in today's social media space to really get your branding out there and your message out there. And I don't know, I think last year when I moved into my new apartment and I saw the kitchen, I thought, oh, that would be kind of cool. That'd be pretty dope to do a show. The kitchen space was like perfect for it. And so in a lot of ways, I kind of felt like maybe life was unfolding, in a way that I hadn't seen, but in a way that was meant to be. Today's guest is pretty special in that 2 months ago, I did her Facebook Live. And I remember when we were on set and we were filming, I had already had the idea of the YouTube channel, but I just sat on it. And when I was doing her show, I remember having so much fun with the filming, with the engagement. We could see who was commenting, who was watching, and who was liking. And I was thinking, this is just so much fun. Maybe I really should be more proactive and make this show happen, this YouTube channel idea that I had. And Sandy Lou was just so supportive with it and encouraging. And, she was just saying, do it. Don't think about it, just do it. And I would say about a week and a half later, I had my lights, I had my guest, and we had hair and makeup, and we were ready to rock and roll. I've been going through a little bit of rough challenges with this show already. I wish Sandy Lou were here so she could give me some advice.
You called?
Sandy Lou! Oh my gosh! So good to see you! I am so happy to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me. Super excited after having you on my show.
I know.
Talking about this idea of yours and saying you gotta do it.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To making it happen.
Absolutely. So today I've chosen 2 recipes that were inspired by healthy eating and the fall season.
Actually, last time I met this guy, he's like, oh, do you cook? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, he's like, oh, wow, that's kind of rare.
I know. Well, that was part of the reason.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was saying, he's like, that is so sexy when a woman knows how to, like, that's always going to be like a very attractive thing.
It is. And it's part of the reason why I wanted to do this cooking show, because I felt, you know what? It's not so common anymore to find a woman that can cook. Not so much because I cared about from a man's standpoint, but just to be able to have another weapon in my arsenal. I was telling you earlier, my goal is hopefully by episode 25 or 35 or whatever the case, I'm becoming a seasoned cook. Like, I'm actually learning something. I'm taking something with me.
That's really great, and then everybody else gets a chance to like learn from your recipes, because you did this one with the cheddar taco.
Yes,
salad.
episode 1.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do that. That looks so delicious, and not to mention it's a lot healthier than any other carb tortilla or whatever that you could be eating. So,
yes, yeah. Yes. Speaking of healthy, today's recipes are gluten-free and vegetarian.
Very good.
I'm actually wanting to kind of trim some of my weight a little bit, some inches more than actually weight, but I want to kind of get back on the track of healthy eating. So let's dive right into these recipes and see what we get into.
All right, sounds
perfect. So here we have the ingredients for the broccoli and potato soup, which again, I thought that was perfect for its October, almost November time frame. I think everybody likes a nice soup, right, during the fall season. Mm-hmm. We live in Southern California, so the cold weather is not really upon us, but still, we can pretend.
Well, as soon as it gets a little cold, we start bringing out the boots and the scarves. I think people from the East Coast think like we're nuts.
I know, absolutely. And then the grilled crostini, which I'm really, I can't wait. They're really good. But we're gonna have to already solve a problem. There's always a problem on my show, at least one problem, which is this is now frozen like a block. When I got home today, I wanted to give it a quick chill, got busy, forgot, and now it's a rock. So
note to self, not everything needs to be chilled.
I know, I always forget to pull things out of the freezer. I should start getting better at putting timer. But what we'll do is we can either put it in the microwave or put it in a nice hot bowl of water. We'll get that thawed out, and we'll get this stuff going at the same time.
All right, sounds good to me.
Perfect. Okay, so while this is thawing, we'll put this in this little thing here, get that nice and warmed up. We'll leave it over here. We will focus on the soup. Okay, so we're gonna start with a large saucepan, melt the butter over medium, add onion and mustard, stir it until onion is soft. Okay, saucepan. Oh yes, saucepan. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Okay.
I was thrown for a second.
Okay. So it says to add 3 tablespoons of vegan butter. Is this your vegan butter?
You know what? That is vegan butter. Have you ever had vegan butter?
No, but I love butter, period, so I'm sure it's still good, right?
Oh, I'm sure it's still good. Butter is actually my favorite.
This is the opposite of the cheese.
It's
like
too soft.
No, it's like really melted.
So I promise one day I will get it together in the kitchen, right? One
Practice
day.
makes perfect.
Right? One of these days I'm gonna be like 1950s, leave it to Beaver, June Cleaver, right? Housewife, maybe not. Otherwise I'm just gonna have a chef. Like I'm gonna just have a chef. So you say you like butter?
I love butter.
Love butter too.
I love butter.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I love butter in my wine. While you're getting the tablespoons, I'll do the talking. I love butter in my wine. I love butter like on everything. When I do my steamed vegetables.
On your wine?
Oh, buttery Chardonnay.
Oh, okay. I'm all like, what? On your wine? That's really weird. What do I do with this mess here?
So, oh my god, what a disaster.
Look at that.
Isn't it weird? It like separates. Okay.
Right before my eyes.
What do I do with this? Okay, you know what? I'm going to put it in a container.
Yes, and
that's what we're going to do.
Refrigerate it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, going back to what we were talking about with the wine, I love buttery Chardonnay. As a matter of fact, I mentioned it in, I want to say episode 3. Like right now, like smell that butter.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
It makes me feel like popcorn in a movie.
Yes! Oh my god, that's exactly what I was thinking. I want some like super buttery popcorn right now.
Totally.
Okay, when you go to the movie theaters, what is your must-have every time you go to the theaters?
Popcorn.
Yeah.
With extra
butter, extra buttery.
And a little salt, yes.
Even though you know it's going to give you the stomach ache later, I don't care.
I gotta have like something like napkins like right under my lap because I know I put that much butter that it's going to seep through the container.
Oh, I love butter. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. So dof grow up cooking like with your mom in the kitchen, grandma?
No, my mom would be like, get out of here. In fact, one time, like, now that bringing back memories, one time my mom was making French fries, and she told me, she left them. She walked outside and she left them. She says, keep an eye on the French fries. I forgot. And you know where we lived at that time, it was a weird setup. So it was like there's a bed right next to the stove.
A bed?
Yeah, I mean I grew up poor. So there's a bed next to the stove, and then there's a little gap to go into a room, and then there was a refrigerator. So there's this really small gap. I was in the room. Next thing you know, there's flames up in the air. The fries caught fire. I jumped out of the window.
How old were you?
In my, like maybe 14.
Okay.
And then my brother and my sister were like in the kitchen. So my brother goes and grabs water, and so there's oil in there. You're not supposed to throw water. Luckily, my younger sister Lourdes, she had just taken a fire safety class, so she stopped him before he threw the water. Mm-hmm. And then she grabbed a lid and she covered it. So I was not let in the kitchen, definitely not after that. It wasn't before, not after that. Look at you. You could totally cut onions.
Oh yeah, you didn't know. I'm a pro. I just looked at you too.
So they say, I remember Roxy mentioned something about onion. The myths, there's myths, right?
Yes.
So the one that I heard about onion was that if your eyes cried, it's because you're a jealous person.
My eyes ain't crying, honey.
I was like, my eyes aren't crying either. I'm over it. No. Whoa.
Don't put she's about to burn my kitchen down too.
I should have never shared that story. I think I need a drink.
All right, cheers. Okay. Oh, this is great. So I just went to Williams-Sonoma. Love that store. What a fantastic peeler. This is so great. I had a ghetto peeler that took forever to peel potatoes. Why don't I do this over here?
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's just come up naturally every single episode without fail, talking about spicy food. You love spicy?
I like spicy, but I heard your kind of spicy. That is not my kind of spicy. I just like a hint of spiciness. I could do a little bit more, But it has to be flavorful, right? Because if it doesn't have a lot of flavor, then I don't see the point of all that torture.
Wow, I really nicked my finger.
Ooh.
Let me go get a Band-Aid. Be right back.
Time out?
Yeah. Did you cut your nail too? You got your nail. You nicked your nail. We are a mess. I cut my finger. You cut your nail. We are not women. We are not women of the kitchen.
I'm out of practice.
It's okay though. Don't worry. I am bringing everybody on the journey with me as I'm learning cooking, and that's what makes it super cool. Even more cool than that is I will have these videos as memories one day, right?
They'll last
To
forever.
look back when I'm like 85, which I can't even imagine. But okay, that's another conversation.
That's a whole other topic.
I know, it's a whole other
That's
topic.
a whole other show.
You guys are gonna love this soup, by the way, when y'all try it. It's gonna be good. Just letting you know.
You're gonna get a piece of nail and
And some skin. You're gonna get some nail and some skin in your soup. Do you think that looks good, or
I think maybe a little bit smaller.
a little smaller? Okay.
Hey, it has butter and
Onions.
Like you
And
can't go wrong.
potato. So
I
you
love
know,
potato.
Well, I love potato too, and it's funny because I would say in the last couple months, my dream. I have a new dream, which is along with all the other dreams, is to have my own potato farm in Idaho. No, I'm being super serious about that.
Okay, I believe
because
you.
I love potatoes. I love French fries, right? Love French fries. What are your favorite fries? Who makes your favorite French fries? Do you like fries? Do you like fries?
I like fries.
Who makes like McDonald's? #1 spot, best fries as far as I'm concerned on the planet. Second to that, Chick-fil-A. Third to that, Wendy's. I'm gonna become a French fry connoisseur, and I will be like the French fry fashionista. I'm gonna do a blog about fries, and like I'm gonna taste all the fries around the world. I'll give you my rating. So once I realized that I love potatoes in all forms, I was like, I gotta invest in a potato farm. Like seriously, I have to invest in a potato farm, and I'm gonna have my own impromptu potatoes. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now we're gonna put the potatoes in. Okay, so you can have the job.
I'm like stepping on onion.
Right, we're gonna start on the grilled crostini now. Here, again. Yes. Thank you so much. I think you should slice it diagonal to give it that bruschetta feel, but it's not bruschetta, it's crostini.
Like this.
Yes.
Okay.
No, we're not gonna play that part. I got you. So, this is perfect because we're two Latinas in the kitchen cooking, and I love this music. This is old school boleros, Tito Rodriguez. Y'all know that I've grown up on my Puerto Rican side, so I'm closer to my Puerto Rican roots. This smells so deliciosa.
Oh my gosh. Should you tilt the cup?
You want me to tilt the cup?
I don't know. I'm like running away.
There we go.
I'm afraid of the splashing stuff.
Not so much splash.
Oh my gosh, that is gonna be so good.
You guys, I'm like really proud.
That smells good.
There we go. Sandy Lou, we did a good job. Look at that.
That looks really good.
Oh my goodness. That looks phenomenal. I feel like I'm transforming into a chef. Broccoli. Cheers. Cheers. Let's see. I think it needs more salt, no? Nobody thought that?
No. I think it's really good.
Well, Sandy Lou, it sounds like it was a success. Everybody's loving the broccoli soup and the crostini. So, I'm happy.
It came out really good.
It came out really good. I'm excited. I feel like I'm on my way to being a cook.
Yeah, definitely.
Sandy Lou, this has been so much fun.
It has been. Thank you so much for inviting me.
I mean, thank you for coming by. I really, really appreciate it. You know, I want to toast to that. I do lots of toasts throughout the episodes because I think there's so many moments of, right? Like, these are moments that we're having.
Definitely.
Worthy
Crisis
of
moments.
notice.
Mm-hmm.
So when I met you and I was a guest on your show, your Facebook Live, I got to learn that you're a coach. You're a business and life coach. How did you get into that?
Well, I started my own life transformation. So I got to a point in my life where I hit rock bottom, and I needed to do something about it. And I decided it was so bad. I was on anxiety medication. I was thinking suicide. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. It was really bad. So someone told me about transformational work, about coaching, and I ended up taking a workshop, and it changed my life so drastically. I love the work. I realized that we don't have to live in that misery. That misery is a choice, and that every moment we have a choice. And I had coaches, and those coaches empowered me and supported me and helped me work through things. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to be that person for other people.
One of the things that has instantly attracted me to you is I have always felt your support. You know what I mean? And I just feel like you are all about supporting women, especially Latinas. What has been your experience in the Latina community in terms of getting support from other Latinas behind what you're doing?
Well, I'll be completely honest. I think that there's people that support you, and then there's people that don't. And it doesn't matter whether they're Latino, they're not Latino. At the end of the day, it's what I learned is just I get to be very clear on my purpose, my vision and my purpose, and know that not everyone's going to align to it. And some people will pretend to, but at the end of the day, the results don't lie, right? Who supports you, who likes, who posts, who shares.
Right.
Like it doesn't, it's who's really there and who's not. And we got to be grateful for the people that are. So, I've had some support, I've had tremendous support in the Latino community, female Latinas, and I also have had some that are not supportive. That's just the way it is. Not everyone's going to like us.
Right, and we talked about that earlier when we were getting our hair and makeup done, because I shared with you some of already in this channel, which is a brand new channel. This is episode 5. I've already felt certain aspects of it which are not incredibly supportive, which I'm not a stranger to because of the lipstick, and that has been a part of that as well. And I just want for people to hear what's your take on that. When people don't support you, how do you keep rolling forward? How do you keep doing what you're doing?
Well, like I shared earlier, is that the main thing, like it's just being clear on your vision and your purpose. You gotta like yourself and love yourself and know you're perfectly imperfect, and that not everyone's gonna like you, not everyone's gonna be in your team. There'll be people that actually will work against you. But as long as you stay true to who you are and what you want to create in the world, and that it's coming from a place of love, a place of caring, a place of making our life and everyone else's life around us better, then you keep pressing forward and don't mind. Those people that don't like you, they don't belong in your life anyway. We have an abundance of everything in the world, right? And there's going to be abundance of people that are going to love you and support you and be there. And some of them will be there without you even knowing. So be okay with the fact that there's people that are cheering you on, but they make it very private and quietly because they don't want to, they don't want to get caught up in the thread of comments and now here you are. So there's so much, especially with social media, we kind of get an idea of who's there and who's not, right? But the main thing is stay true to yourself, stay true to your vision and your purpose, and the people that belong in your life will show up, and the people that don't won't, and you don't need to fix anyway.
I love that. Why do you think a lot of people get stuck in life? Like when you, as you get older, as I've gotten older, and as determined and ambitious as I am, I can definitely see a divide in the world of people who are motivated no matter what, and then you have people who are saying, well, life got in the way. This happened or that. They're full of excuses. And it's funny because when you're on the path to success, you start to see that separation of people, the doers and the talkers. And as a business coach, as a life coach, I feel like I would think that you would be very receptive to that, very aware of all of that. You see the different types of mentalities. Why do you think there are just some people who they're stuck? You know what I mean? Like they just don't know how to move forward. They don't know how to make the right changes. They don't know how to do the right things to get to the next step.
Well, it's a combination of things. One specific thing would be the lack of self-worth, not knowing what they're worth, not being in a space of self-love, or knowing that they're worthy of having it all. And then there's the limiting beliefs. Sometimes they've been programmed in such a way that they don't think they can, that it's not possible. And then there's the I don't know what I don't know, so how do I change it, right? So that's when coaching, when mentors, when using things like YouTube to explore other ideas or things that interest us is supportive, because then it gets us out of that limiting mindset or being stuck, because now you're feeding yourself things that are going to give you information that's going to support you in flipping that switch into a positive one.
Indirectly, we met through the NLBWA, which for those that don't know, it's the National Latina Business Women Association. And that organization for me has a little special place in my heart for the fact that when I was new in business, it was the first organization that I became a part of. And that's how I kind of started to open up my networks of organization, which I'm now such an advocate for that. When I talk to people who are entering into the business space, I always tell them that that's everything. Networking is key. You are also affiliated with that, have been affiliated with that. I mean, how important do you think it is to have those circles of influence and camaraderie, so to speak, you know, to have that in your business world, in your life?
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely like it's like a have to, you know,
Right.
like you have to. Joining the NLBWA for me was one of the key things that really supported me in when I decided I'm quitting my full-time, I'm gonna go entrepreneurship full-time, and which is really nuts. Like, you know, like it takes a lot of courage for anybody to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And being in that environment was very supportive because I got to hear stories of other women, of what they were up to and what they were doing and the challenges that they've had and how they got from point A and how they got through the struggle and how they ended up at point B, you know, was really supportive because then I felt like whatever I was experiencing, it was okay, it was normal, it's part of the process, it takes time. And in that, I meet some really great friends, you know, and I'll be honest, like I said, not everybody's your cheerleader, but then it doesn't matter if you have 10 or you have one powerful cheerleader, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so through that organization, I made some really good friends that are very super supportive. So it's really important as an entrepreneur to surround yourself with other entrepreneurs, because the reality is that we all have our uncles and our aunts and our friends that we've had forever that love us and support us unconditionally, but unless they're an entrepreneur, they do not understand the struggle. So having people around you that are entrepreneurs that know what that entails is very supportive. I don't even see how anyone could really get through it without having that.
It's true. It's so true. And just this moment right here, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, but I'm also in my mind and I'm thinking, this is episode 5, and I already feel a fulfillment. You know, I think about the 5 women that I've had on the show that have sat right here in front of me, and everybody has had different walks of life and their struggles. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show was because I brought my struggle as an entrepreneur with the lipstick, and I thought, I'm always thinking of ways to not only be seen and heard with my brand, but how can I truly be that woman of support that I feel I've not had? And I'm not a woe is me kind of person. It's not my nature to be that way, but I have been incredibly impacted in my first year in business by not feeling that support. You know, it's funny because when I started out in business, before the lipstick came out, I heard nothing but, oh my gosh, when your lipstick comes out, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna support you, this, and that, and the other. And then when push came to shove, half of those people didn't even buy my product. You know what I mean? And then when you're out these events, there's a lot of two-face going on. There's a lot of this thing going on. So it's like, how do you turning that negative into a positive? And my driving force for this show was being able to have a platform where I could connect with women. People could learn me better. They could understand me more, get to know me, and I could basically reach out to other women and we could come together. I just cannot thank you enough for taking the time to come out here, film with us, right? Spend your Friday evening with me. It means a lot to me. I mean, it really, really does mean a lot to me. And I love what you're doing. You're such a positive person. You're such an encouraging person. You reached out to me to be on your show, and I thank you for that. And I love what you're doing, and I just hope that we continue to work together in whatever form that takes.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely something different for me, which I love. I ate some really good food, great company, great makeup, great hair, great videographer. Great experience. Right. And like I shared with you before, I'm here to support you, and I'm only a phone call away.
Thank you.
And I'll always keep it honest.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So let's toast to that. I'm wishing you continued success. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
And I just look forward to developing a friendship with you further.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my gosh, never has this been done before. This is crazy. Sandy Lou had a birthday about a week and a half ago, so I thought it'd be super cool to do a challenge. I'm gonna do a new challenge segment every episode, and this one is gonna be blowing out 55 candles. You can do it more quickly in 7 seconds, and the winner is going to get to splash cake in the other person's face.
Oh,
okay.
But I didn't turn 55. I turned 45. I'm not there yet.
Exactly. So let's go. We have 7 seconds on the clock. We got somebody counting our time.
Ready?
7 seconds on the clock. Who can blow it out more quickly? Ready?
Set, go.
We did it probably in like 3 seconds, right? 3 seconds. Okay, well, awesome. Thank you so much. Nobody gets cake splashed in their face, so we're good. Thank you, Laura, for protecting us. And but we will get to have strawberry shortcake, so that's the bonus.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Sandy Lou! Oh my god, I feel like this is the 1950s. Oh my god, it's so messy, this kitchen. So originally I wanted you to have 6 cups of broth. Are we rolling? Wait, alright, so we're rolling.
You're rolling.
Oh, we're rolling? Impromptu take 6. Right? Impromptu take 6. Okay. This is looking really good, guys. I'm super excited.
Let's see.
I feel like I have eyeshadow in my eye. You know, like sometimes you like, I have a speck in my eye. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hate when that happens.
And then you don't want to touch it because then it irritates your eye more. And
Yeah.
that's
I think I'm gonna get LASIK.
Have you tried one like this? Which is
See,
down.
like, I don't like to do too much tugging. Wrinkles, hashtag no wrinkles, hashtag Botox. I've got those 2 toasts already. We're gonna put those on the plate. We're gonna put more in there to toast them. Okay, so that's your designated job. And my job is to dance. Is this too bad? This is really hot.
Turn on the other side.
Oh. What is
Oh my god.